using. The one that I'm currently using is the Algari Mana Oil. I use the Algari Mana Oil. My shaman from a guild makes it for me, so that's the one that I use. I don't know if it's the right one, but it has been working. So, that is the one that I use. The Algari Mana Oil. Each of his lieutenants bolsters his tactics. Draw them away. And you can use the oil on top of an enchant. So you want to enchant your weapon with the Death Knight's Rune Forge, and then you can still use the mana oil over that. You don't have to worry about disenchanting your weapon or anything. Careful with shields. Disrupting shout. Make sure you are not casting during the disrupting shout. Pulling in the car guy. Okay, so sadly I lost aggro to the shaman. Dang. Damn it. I gotcha. I'm putting them all back together. I made a mess of this pole. So because of our crowd control, I probably should not have pulled this. Just because if I was not able to get them all in one spot, this pull should not have existed. Shield slam. Careful with all the shoots. Pulling all the guys together.
Overcome this trial. Win my favor.
Clean. You know, I have seen worse. So I would agree, that was very clean. Pulling Sergeant Chainmail. Ah, dang, I'm gonna die. There we go. Never mind. I am gonna die. I was told one time that they don't like healing Death Knights because they scare them. And I was like, yeah, it gets me too. I died. Sometimes your health, when you're going through stuns and traps and stuff, you never know if you're gonna live. Normally, Death Knights come out on top and they live. On this pull, I wasted my Iceborne Fortitude. It's off cooldown now, but I wasted my Iceborne Fortitude, so I did not have it when I stepped in the trap. Not that you should ever step in the trap, but if you do, Iceborne Fortitude is always nice to have because it breaks you back out of the trap. So this time we're going to open with Iceborne Fortitude because we don't have any runic power and no bones. We're going to use our anti-magic shell to eat all the magic damage. AKA the trap. The same trap that killed us. We're going to use our abomination limbs to pull in those cats so that they do not jump on our range out here. Pull in our shot guys. Use our CCs on them. Is that double knight and the mini boss? We did have the double knights and the mini boss, which would have been okay. That pull was, we had a couple of people die on that pull, but it's because I did not gather the pull close enough together fast enough. So they were double knights on the Pat, and I only recommend doing that if you can gather them quickly. If you can't gather them quickly, like I did not gather them quickly, I would recommend pulling them in 2 parts. It's safer, it's cleaner, and you don't have to worry about your health or the party's health. Also, welcome back to the stream, Scott's TV. How have you been? Be careful to ads. Purification. If purification is on you, make sure you're using defenses. Purification. Make sure you're stepping out of the purification. Okay. Make sure you're stepping out of the circle. Make sure you're using defensives during purification. I read one cast and it just dawned on me I said the one cast that I had read. Nope, we have 1 half left. I was gonna walk away after that. Make sure you're interrupting Holy Smite.
Yes.
Do not fight.
And yet,
Do not hold your interrupt because Holy Smite is the only interrupt here. So you want to make sure you're using your interrupt on Holy Smite. Remember, anything that can be interrupted should be interrupted. So even if there is no priority interrupt on a pull, you still want to make sure you're getting the interrupt, because getting the interrupt is just as important as getting the priority interrupt. A lot of times we wait to hold our interrupts until we absolutely need our interrupts. Sometimes you wait a whole key. So I would always recommend just using your interrupts.
You won't peel off anymore. You must defeat Dale Cry now.
Tainer, the intruders defile the altar of the
Yes, remember, interrupts about... I want to say ranged interrupts can be up to 45 seconds. And melee interrupts can be as little as 15 seconds. Oh, yep, it's moving and I just came up to it. There we go. And melee's interrupts, they can be as short as 14 seconds. So, interrupts are very important. Definitely don't want to forget to use your interrupt. Careful with circles. I do love the monk's transmog though. That hat the monk has on, I actually bought from the Pandora remix as well, because it's an awesome looking hat. I bought it in 2 different colors. Pulling in the shoot guy. Make sure you're using CCs on the shield guys during this pull. We're almost through. Careful with the fireballs.
I need to get closer.
Careful with those defense. Pulling at the shot guy. I think that the monk was trolling the NPCs over there. He put him on a circle and he just kept hitting them back against the wall repeatedly. Alright, pulling the boss. Pierce armor. As the tank, you want to watch this pierce armor dot. Remember, this pierce armor dot is going to deal 636,000 damage to you every 1 second for 10 seconds. Pierce armor does stack. So if you get 1 pierce armor and then you get a second pierce armor, it does actually stack. So you want to be very careful with that. I believe healers can dispel with pierce armor, but I'm not entirely sure about that. let's look at our dispels. Dispelled with fine judgment. Careful with the boss. Make sure that you are focusing on Delcry. Don't forget that the other guy actually disappears after Delcry is dead.
Lieutenant, eliminate these vermin. My fang and claw.
Careful that savage mauling.
Spear aims true.
Hurl spear, step out of the spear.
Overcome this trial. Win my favor.
Almost dead. Delcry is almost dead.
Feel embers wrath.
So Delcry's mechanics are relatively easy though. He has Hurl Spear, Battle Kite, Maul, and Shred, I believe.
In glory.
I wonder if you can get his horse. That would be awesome.
Delcry?
Are these still strikes, lackeys? Guard! Guard!
Careful with the ants. New ants are coming from the sides. Careful with the Sacred Toll. Remember, Sacred Toll is AoE damage. You want to make sure you're using defensive during the Sacred Toll. Consecration.
Resist. Yes. Resist. And yet, the void still grows.
They're almost dead, and then we are going inside. Going inside, we are pulling both the guys together. So this most likely is going to be our last key. But it is going very well. We are actually, I think, en route to time it easy. Plus 2 it, maybe.
Overcome this trial. Win my favor.
They belong to that old
Almost
old
dead.
sister Her usefulness to the Empire has passed. Soon, the true faithful will arise, and the Arathi will be mighty.
Watch that fireball. Again, fireball is going to be your second priority. Your first priority is always going to be the heal. Fireball. Greater healing. What's that? Sacred Toll. Sacred Toll is AoE damage.
They've served their purpose. Baron, demonstrate your worth.
We are going to pull the boss next.
Those who oppose the Emperor will fall at our feet. By the Emperor's will!
Resist. Yes. Resist.
Glory guides my hammer!
Careful with the hammer. Make sure you're moving away from the hammer as soon as the hammer's dropped. If you're in an organized group, you can organize it so everybody's stacked and nobody takes a ridiculous amount of damage from the... Hold on, I moved on to the next mechanic. You can make sure everybody is stacked for the hammers. As long as everybody's stacked for the hammers will all go out in one big circle and they won't hit everybody individually. So it is sometimes easier to play with pre-shredded bark, but for this... Yeah, this is definitely my last key. You know what I was thinking? I bet you can make mini cheesecakes with wafers as a bottom. Then you wouldn't even have to make crust at all.
Resist. Yeah.
And you put like strawberry preserves on top. That'd be good. I think we have one more on there. Oh, Drew beat me to it. I think he wants us on the gate. But he's on the wrong side of the gate. 8% left on the boss. 5%.
Shielded by flame.
Okay, going upstairs.
My first.
And I'm running. I'm just slow. There we go.
More
Nice
brave
placement
men
on the warlock
prepared
gate.
From a place of contemplation to an uprising.
Pulling all the ads together. Again, greater healing is going to be your priority interrupt here. You want to make sure that you interrupt greater healing.
Strength of the Emperor's will, but to turn against us is madness. Too far away.
Overcome this trial.
Greater healing. Careful with the greater healing. Greater healing is going to be your priority interrupt on this pull. And you want to make sure you are pulling the ads out of Consecrate every time Consecrate drops. Careful with Consecrate again. As soon as we go through the next door, we're going to pull the first pull to the left and the first pull on the right.
Veladar is the crucible. It burns away weakness. It's blinding.
I do start in the second room, not because I'm going to tank them in the second room, but so that the Consecrate is in the second room. So that when I make it through the doorway, we have a nice clean floor for all of our range and melee to stand on.
No, such heresy. They defiled the sacred flame by animating the dead.
Careful the ad.
No better than the Codis.
Greater heal. Greater heal is your priority interrupt. Careful the light spawn.
Resist. Yes. Resist. And yet, the void still grows.
Burst of light. You want to make sure there are no ads inside of the burst of light. The reason you want to make sure there are no ads inside the burst of light is because when the burst of light happens, it actually heals all mobs that are inside of it to almost 50% health. It does not say that on the Radar IO tool, but it is a good note to have. So you want to watch the big yellow guys. Make sure that you are very careful about when they're dying, because when they're dying, they're going to heal their allies to 50% health if they are inside of the circle. Pull the purification. Burning light.
Too far away. Don't have a target.
So I'd like to pull the ads before I pull the center ads. but I'm not entirely sure.
Overcome
Oh, yep, there we go.
this trial. Win my favor.
It's just, I've double pulled the middle ads with these ads before, and I've seen it go very well, and I've seen it go very poorly. So seeing it both ways, I would rather it just go well the first time. Make sure that you're interrupting the heal here as well. And any extra interrupts or CCs are going to the smite. Oh, nice.
Overcome
Double interrupted
this
them.
trial. Win my favor.
Careful the battle strikes. Honestly, I think we can pull the ads on the side to this guy. What does it do? Looks 184,000 shadow damage every 0.5 seconds. He doesn't exactly heal them. Yeah. That's the worst that can happen. Worst that can happen is I lose aggro and our party dies. There we go. Pulling all the ads together. Holy smite.
Overcome this trial. Win my favor.
My bad. That was not working. Greater heal does need to be interrupted. So I did so well with skipping trash that we ended up short percent. That does, however, mean that our DPS, they were very careful to walk exactly where the tank walked.
I need to get closer.
Here we get percent after. I do know why he wants percent. He wants percent first because the Lust has 2 minutes on it. But Lust doesn't actually have 2 minutes on it. It probably has a minute 20 or a minute 30 on it. Which means after we go upstairs, we'll have the first phase with the blinding light. Look away. After we go upstairs, we'll have the first phase with the cauldron in the middle and the massive AoE damage where we're all going to have to use our defenses. Then when the ads come up, we'll have hero for all of the ads. So it'll actually probably work out the hero timer. Flame. Blinding light. Yep, I looked right at that. Sleeping on the job. Who else sleeps on the job? 64% left on the boss. World of Warcraft posted this post earlier, where it was a day in the life, and it was like I think he was an orc. He's walking around, he's doing his daily stuff. He's exercising, and then he has this bowl of ice, and he just sticks his face in the bowl of ice. Doesn't sound like a bad wake-up call. Oh, that is actually an awesome skip that everybody did right there.
Overcome this trial.
Now, did you know that if everybody is on the same side of the room, everybody actually baits all the ads onto the same side of the room? So all the ads come up the same doorway. So if everybody chooses to be on the right, the ads will all come up this right staircase. If everybody chooses to be on the left, the ads will come up the left suitcases.
My face, my flame! The kingdom flames take you!
We'll boss off of this pile. Nice battle resist. 22% left.
Flames take you! It's too far away. My blaze be purified!
13%. 11%.
My face, my flame!
Pardon, wait.
Flames take you!
Resist.
30% left on the boss.
Resist. And yet,
Flames take! The Empire will
Oh, right, percent. I totally forgot we needed percent.
It is done. These zealots no longer steer our faith towards destruction.